Nabil, you can, yeah, Yusuf, now.
Okay, so should I start finally?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, so as you guys mentioned yesterday in group that we need to discuss or we need to debate on this social media today. So I need to start from third point which you guys have mentioned, which social media platform is better than other and why it is beneficial. So I will not mention any specific name of any app or something like that,
Mhm.
but in place of that I would like to mention, if you are learning from a particular app or if you are learning from a particular YouTube or Instagram, it may be anything. If you are learning something from that social media platform, then it's useful. If you are not learning, if you are just enjoying over there, if you are just passing out your time, so then it's completely useless for you. So according to me, when it comes to third point, I want to clarify this thing: particular social media platform is useful for you or me or to anyone when you are learning something from that, or else it is useful, sorry, it or else it is useless. That's all.
Okay. Okay, like maybe you have mentioned here about YouTube. Okay. So I think YouTube is again a very vast topic to talk or debate. Today we will, I think, just only talk about, yeah, like you also told we don't need to mention any social media, but we all know, there are Insta, all those social media, like you can also edit WhatsApp. Okay. So you are right, we must use other platform. Okay, so according to you, what do you think which is the best platform, what you use, and what you do with all this social media? It is right that if we are going to use in a perfect way or in a better way, and everyone knows if we are not wasting our time, we are utilizing our time, so we will find something good from it. Okay, so Yusuf, I'm asking from you, to you.
Okay, so according to me, brother, the most useful social media platform for me and for all of us is that YouTube. I'm in support of YouTube. Why? Because we can learn a lot from YouTube. So according
What
to me,
about
YouTube is the best platform.
chatting? What about when we use our chatting? Just because YouTube is, I think, another platform. When we talk about Insta, FB, WhatsApp, all those things, we end up our too much time in these platforms. Some people are very, very addicted. Even if you will talk about YouTube, so maybe they are just watching videos. But when it comes about all those different platforms, they are sometimes wasting, and like they are also utilizing. It depends on person to person. So what do you think about that? Insta, FVN, WhatsApp, and other WeChat, many platforms out there. And which platform you use?
Okay, so according to me, that WhatsApp can be useful for us. Why? Because on Instagram, everyone is towards likes, share, and followers, and everything like that. But when it comes to WhatsApp, you will not run towards any likes, followers, and anything. You will just utilize for the sake, for your sake, for sharing messages, for sharing pics and everything. Now, it depends on us that how we are using WhatsApp. As like you have introduced us with a group to practice over to help all of us to improve our English. So according to
Right.
me, that when it compared to Instagram, FB, or something else, so WhatsApp is the best platform.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Please, just 1 minute. Yeah, I think WhatsApp is best platform to sharing message, but it also it has also you know it has also we are big we are become lazy because of WhatsApp. So why? And there is a reason. When there was no WhatsApp. So if we need to share any message in to our family, or suppose to our friends, so that time what we did, we try to approach to our friend or our family members in real, like face to face. So what we did that time, we did we went to our friends by walking or by running, or maybe by riding cycle, bicycle, or other things. So that time, like, our body was moving. But what we now what is going on, and what we are doing, we are just sitting at our home and just sending a message, that's it. and it is, yeah, I mean, it's
Okay,
because
so
it is happening
it
in a few,
is
I
it
mean, in a less
bad?
time. But yeah, I
Okay,
think every
yeah.
aspect had two sides, like, positive
Just
and negative, advantage and disadvantage. So WhatsApp, yeah, it's really, like, helpful to convey message in a very less time.
what do
But
you
it's
want to say? Just say in one way, just for now. It is useful or not?
actually, you can't say directly that it is harmful or useful. As I mentioned, that it has
Mm-hmm.
two aspects actually. I mean, 50-50. It's
Yeah,
like, it's like
good point.
analogous. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can't deny also, you can accept also. So
Okay, okay,
kind
yeah.
of, yes.
Like all the guys, if you have again any question, you can ask. Don't need to be silent, all the people, if you want to ask. And now the next question is, anybody have better option than WhatsApp?
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
and not this is Nabil.
yeah, Jalaluddin said, continue.
Mhm. Yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
Nabil.
Nabil, you
Okay,
can.
so firstly,
Just because we have more time, so all the people talk. So now you
yeah,
can.
suppose if I talk about social media, so main thing in social media is
Mm-hmm.
because you can say it is the oxygen of that time. We can't neglect it because we can't live without social media. It is the true, it is the reality present time. Because if you talk about
Mm-hmm.
YouTube or WhatsApp, I think no one can survive without it. Especially even though if you are doing job or if you are a student, it is really necessary. If you are not using it for entertainment way, if you just use it for something learning or for your project working, because there are lots of things happening only on that platform. You can go for teaching or you can do many other things. You can share files easily. Everything happens through this, and you can easily accessible, you can contact each and every time. And the second thing is, what should we do? What should we do? We should manage it. We should balance it in our real life to social media. If we balance it easily, if you are using more and more on and on every time, so it is definitely harmful for us. If you talk about anything, if you do it for a long time, for a maximum consume it, if you consume it for a long time, so it is definitely harmful. So we have to balance it. That is, I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay. And one point, like Nabil, you have made, nowadays it is next to impossible to live without social media. So anybody want to answer this part?
Yes,
Vishal
yes,
or
yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
Vicky, Yusuf?
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you also
couldn't.
try.
I couldn't get you. I couldn't get you, bro.
Okay.
What did you say?
Okay, like Nabil put the one point, nowadays it is next to impossible. I mean, it is not possible to live without social media. So what you guys want to say?
Yeah,
Anyone can say,
yeah.
and Sandy, just unmute your mic. You have to also speak. It is not any term that people have to speak. All the people have to speak at one time. Whoever answer, whoever a question, you have to
Yeah,
speak. Because
sure.
this is just a debate.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also definitely agree with the point of Nabil and Jalaluddin also. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and we all should
Yeah,
use, but everything has a limit. So we should. It's up to us how we use and whether we are utilizing our time or wasting our time. But if we use social media, then definitely we get updated throughout the day. But it's up to us, like we are in a wrong way, we are in a wrong way, or in a using in a wrong way, or in a right way. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people, mostly people of our youth, like they are using uh, all the day, all the time, whenever they are free. Like they are wasting their time in chattings and sending their pictures from here to there. But they should not do, uh, they should mm, work like if we are learning something, then it's a good thing. But if we are doing something else, then it's definitely negative thing, and it can lead to bad effect, like we are wasting time. And some of the member have also, like they are doing job, they are wasting their time. And I we can say like some of people have
are unemployed because of social media too, because they do nothing but they keep using mobile phone all the time
Okay,
instead of
okay. You
working.
have you have you have made here point that some of the people are unemployed just because of social media. You know, YouTube, like you all guys are emphasis on YouTube, and so YouTube, Insta, FB, and all those WhatsApp as well. You know, in these platforms, there are also many people who are working, so they are also getting employed every single day. I mean, for their entire life, you know, and there are not only single people, there are maybe in a thousand, in a lakh number of people if we will collect all the social media. So how can you say that people are uh, also not employed? They are also employed, na, like in that way.
Yes, yes, and I know. I think, yeah, I think social media is the huge platform. It's the enormous platform to, like, earning money. But you have to learn how to earn money, and your potential, your talent, you have to utilize in a positive way. That time, I think it could be possible to earn money from social media and sitting by sitting at your home. So, and with, I mean, like, in less effort. So, and one thing is that I would like to say that I know our social media, it's really impact on our potential, our talent, like on our inner talent. So it's also diminishes our face-to-face communication skills. As I mentioned before, so your friend, suppose your friend is living in other states, so we are just sharing our and exchanging our information by audio call. So that, I think, it's really really affecting on our face-to-face communication skills. That's why today's youth generation, they try to join in institute, like coaching center institution, to learn how to communicate with others people. So why this is happening? Because of social media, right? So because we are getting everything easily, effortlessly. So, and our inner talent, our inner potential, it's like it does not like coming out. It's like not allowing to come out, and we are not able to like demonstrate our real potential in front of the people.
Yeah.
So I
Why?
think,
Why we are wasting a lot of time there? Why?
Yeah, I tell you
Anyone
one
have
thing.
answer? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
All
want to
right.
share one thing, that in an easy way, you can say social media, as a social media, it is not useful or
Yes,
harmful. Okay, social media is not useful or harmful. It is completely up to you. How can you do things? How can you utilize it? If you utilize it in a right way, so then definitely it is useful for you. Or if it is useful, if you useful in a wrong way, so it definitely harm you. Same like if you talk about, I want to give you one instance of walnut. If you Everyone know that the benefit of walnuts, but if you consume it for a heavy amount, so it will be harmful for you. Same like anything, so we have to balance it. That is the main thing. How can you balance the things? If you balance it, it is really helpful for you. It is definitely you can utilize it.
but
But
I'm talking about not
as
like
we know,
all the
there
people.
are, there are billions of people who are consuming all the social media data, and also they are using social media in a vast, there many people are addicted as other people are addicted for alcohol. Social media is is like alcohol. There are many people, maybe you can find in your home sometime, or in your neighbor, or maybe your friend. If they are not getting their mobile phone, if they are not able to open one time their social media. I'm not talking about YouTube, because I think YouTube is a very very better platform comparing to other social media. So I'm not adding YouTube, because YouTube is like, we can't add it also YouTube, because it is, yeah, same thing like Nabil and all the guys again and again. It's just you are pointing in a one point that if we are using it in a like, we know what is good and what is bad, so it will be good for us. Otherwise it will be detrimental for our mind and the data that we are consuming. But still people are doing, every single day they are getting up, and again after getting up they have just uh, uh, on their social media and start scrolling. And like one point I want to say, in the name of use, like always whenever we start YouTube, whenever we start sometime at Insta and whatever, what we have a mind, I'm talking about those people
One
who
point
are
I
just
want to share, bro.
Dhruva, please,
all right.
if there is a Vishal and other person also, please give them chance to something
Sandy,
elaborate, like
yeah.
Sandy and
Yeah.
Yusuf.
One
Yeah,
point
Vishal,
I
please carry
also
on.
want to give you.
Yeah, I'm absolutely, you, Dhruv, you are absolutely correct. And earlier, Nabil made a point that it depends on person to person that how that person use social media. Because, for example, all of guys are like playing a poker game, and we are like
Mm-hmm.
playing cards, and it depends on like for like Dhruv is a like the best player, and we all are like are unable to like not we are not a professional player. So we have seen like if we get some good cards now, so we are not unable to win. So we have seen that it depends on that person, that how that person uses his own cards. And the next question arises that which is the best app for like for if I tell you about
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Right.
So like I am a student, for me like Telegram and YouTube is the best.
That
Because
is
what
best.
happened that for you have know that if you are using Telegram, so like most of communities and groups are there for you can get lots of uh, study
Yeah.
material or lots of things, and you can communicate, like you can message to some friends that are in same field. And like and you told that which is the best social media app. So like some people says like Facebook, Instagram, or messenger, but I think messenger is the best option. Because like Facebook and Instagram, where what happen, we whenever we visit on this app now, we have to like see we are watching some pictures and watching some videos. And like for example like FB Messenger and WhatsApp. So these are the apps that we just wanted to like read the message, and that's all.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Sandy?
And
Sandy,
and
Yes,
brother,
yes,
Sandy?
Sandy, carry on, please.
So, yeah.
the social media, bro. Social media is the best way to spread and promote your business. Uh, you can go, you can go through your business offline to online. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the best platform is Google Ads. You can share your business. You can share about your business in Google Ads. This is also best platform to grow your business, I think.
All right. Yeah, you are right.
I So I think 40 minutes not enough to explain about like social media, and we are like 7-8 person here. So I think there is a lot of things to explain. I actually lot of things, and
Yeah,
like
there are
and
some
I want to add.
advantages and disadvantages too, bro.
Yeah, so I would like to add one more negative point. I mean, it's really affecting on us. It's like it's I mean significantly like affecting on our closeness with our family member and with our like loved ones, our dear ones, are like our close fellow or our close friend. So the closeness, there is no closeness before social media. We used to like meet with each other, and we used to share everything by sitting at like get all together. But what is happening nowadays, everyone has mobile phone, Android phone, laptop, everything in our, just like 10 to 15 people, we are just sitting at the same time, at the same time at the same place, but we are not talking each other. We are just
Okay.
peeping, we are just
Mm-hmm.
peeping on our mobile. We are just like looking in our mobile and watching like on all kinds of aspects in the social media, but we are not
Yeah.
sharing anything. We are not sharing anything. Suppose you have met with your friend for like a long time after or later, yeah. So but so that time you can imagine if there was no social media, the feeling like like extraordinary feeling. Yeah, I have met with you for a long time, after later. So there
Yeah.
was kind of emotional things. But
Yeah.
nowadays
All right.
there is no emotion. Just
We got you.
yeah, how are you?
Okay.
How are you? And that. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yusuf, I think now you have to answer the negative point that Jalaluddin had made. what is the best solution of it?
Yeah, even I am in support of Jalaluddin that he told that
Yeah.
we all are
So
getting far from our families and everyone. Why? Because everyone is having their smartphones and everything to to pass out their time. And one thing which I want to mention over here is that brother Nabil has mentioned that point, that it is impossible for all of us to live without social media in these days, in this period of time. So brother Nabil, I wanted to ask you that with w- you know uh, without which apps it's impossible for all of us to live in today's period of time. I want you to please elaborate that point.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying without any app. I'm saying without social media. If you talk about WhatsApp or if you talk about another messenger app, if you are not using it, so how can you work nowadays? If you are doing in a job section, so how can you manage it? You should use. If you are not using WhatsApp, so you are using any other platform, but you have to use.
Yeah, your point is absolutely correct, brother, that we can't live without WhatsApp today's period of time. But I think Instagram and Facebook and there are Snapchat and everything is there. Is it really necessary?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just talking about two apps like YouTube and WhatsApp. Yeah, I'm not saying that Instagram is necessary or Snapchat. I haven't used Snapchat. It is definitely not useful. It is only for your fun. Yeah, I'm just talking about WhatsApp
Yes,
or
of
any
course, of
other.
course.
But if you talk about mostly, I just talk about one thing. Like everyone use Open Talk, I think here. So according to all
hmm
of you, what do you think about Open Talk? Is it good app or not? Just tell me yes or no answer.
Yeah, it was a great app.
yeah, definitely it is.
Okay, so okay, that's
Yeah,
a good.
it's a
But
useful app.
okay, but everyone know some pupils why they are using Open Talk. Everyone know what is the
Hmm.
main use, especially for I am talking
Yeah,
about guys, why they are using that app. So it is
sometimes
completely
for
up to
entertainment
you.
and sometimes finding, yeah, other people,
Definitely,
right?
definitely, definitely. So it's completely up to you, brother. So how can you manage the things?
Yeah.
And you know, mostly people why they are using WhatsApp? They are just doing chatting late night. They are not using for their sharing
Yeah,
files
then
also. It's completely up to you. How can you tackle the things? How can you utilize it? It's completely up to you. So you can't ban it. It's not
Yes,
negative or
brother,
positive
even
things. It's
Yeah.
completely up to you. How can you see the things?
mm,
That's it.
yes, of
And
course.
yeah,
I'm completely
just
satisfied with you, brother.
okay, just 1 minute,
Means
just one
every
minute.
okay.
Okay. Okay. I mean, one thing is that I mean, I have been noticing it that there is no authenticity. I mean, there is no like in social media, and like all the rumors in social media, and we people are I mean, we people are also believing those rumors. No, I know. So we are believing it easily without checking the fact, without knowing the truth. I mean, what is the reason behind it? What is these things are happening? We are just believing it, and so it's called like spreading negativity in social media, and people are badly affecting by this like inauthenticity. There is no authenticity.
yeah,
There are thousands of news,
just
tons of news are
just
full of
talk
rumors.
specific, just just talk specific that when political leaders and many
Mm,
other political parties as well as they want to spread their own like hated religion, they started doing using the social media, and all those
yes,
people who are biased towards that, they follow blindly. That's why if you still are telling them you have to use your own mind, they will not use. They will not go in other platform to search that, maybe to type in a Google it is right or not. They will only see, just watch it and yeah, okay, like it and then share it, and now it is just because they are biased. So I don't think we can do anything for those people. It is only possible if people start to looking everything by themselves, like they have to type, they have to search, and don't awareness of all the awareness regarding COVID-19, right? So
mm,
they are using. So I think it is a better way. It is a better way, but ultimately it's our own mind, which we need to
absolutely.
use. Only then we can uh, be a part, like whatever is going on and so on. But if we will talk about specific FB, I'm not agree with any. If someone want to say about FB, anything is better that you can do in that app B and that you can't do in any other app. I mean, if you don't have FB, okay, so anyone if want to make point about it, don't you think like if you don't have, you can use other another platform? And like Yusuf also asked question from Nabil about this point, that like we can't live without social media. I think Nabil has told this point in a very optimistic way. Like if we are a kind of businessman or we have some work, like nowadays we are using WhatsApp just because I have a group, and you all are a member there. So now it is not possible for me to uninstall just because I have to inform you guys. So I think in this way he was talking. Otherwise, if we don't have any work to do, if we don't have any work to do, or it is not, then definitely we have to work on quitting if we are addicted. So in that term, I don't think we can't. We definitely quit if we want.
Yeah,
Yes,
means
absolutely.
we
And
have
one
to.
more thing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
just one word. Like we become narcissist. Like people are believing on narcissism. Now, why we are using Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook? We were sharing our photos just because getting some kind of like and followers, and we feeling happy. We are satisfying. Wow, I have 500 and 1,000 followers. People are liking me. So it's called like a narcissist. So we are satisfying, but what is the efficacious? There is no good outcome actually. We are just like so this thing actually really bad for us, I think. Okay, Nabil, carry on please.
Yeah, exactly. I know, especially if you talk about teenagers, they are going for this, that they are
Hmm.
feeling good if they have lots of like. So, but if you are mature, so you think it's completely, what can I say? It's completely bullshit. There is no any logic thing. If you have a lots of likes, it's not a mean that you are intelligent, or you are a successful or businessman, or you are a good worker. It's not a mean about it. So it's completely up to you, because we are focusing on Bollywood. We are just, what is the means of TikTok? If you think about TikTok, there is no any kind of talent showing. They just lip sync, they just have lots of filters applied, and then they do it. It is very easy to do. But if you are talking here, suppose we are talking, it's really hard stuff. It's really hard game. If you can capture a snap very easy way, you can put up lots of filters and you can change everything in your face or everything, and then you can put on social media. Through this you can get a lots of likes. But if you are real talent, if you have a real talent and show this through this, if you wanna do something, so you have to do as a lot. Because if you think about TikTok or YouTube, so you find both are completely changed. If
Okay.
people they have
Yeah.
TikToks, they are not using YouTube. Because YouTube, when you
Hmm.
survive on YouTube, if you really have any talent, then people subscribe. Otherwise, they are not gonna subscribe you. But if you talk about TikTok, they are just using, what can I say? They are just for entertainment, or they are just for, you know what I mean.
And tons of
Yeah.
negativity also
Yeah, Nabil,
Okay.
Nabil, you are absolutely right, because we have seen, because if I told you about myself now, when before 2 or 3 years, I also told my friends that see, I have right now 200 followers, 500 followers. So what happened that in that age now we are not so matured. So we just wanted to like uh, do some show off, that
Right.
see how much
Hmm.
likes I got
Okay. All
today,
right.
request are right now. And you told about like TikTok. So I think most of people like about entertainment and these type of stuff. You can understand what I want to just say. What I wanted to say.
Because Vishal, because
Okay. Yeah.
in our teenagers we have a fantasy. Everyone have a fantasy. I also had. But when
Absolutely.
you grow up, so you have some maturity, then you know, then you figure out the things, that what is really works or what is not gonna work for you. That's the thing.
Okay.
absolutely.
And just we have only 1 minute at the last. So just I want to add one best point, that how we can save ourselves from using in a bad way all the social media. If we have a kind of urgency for any work, if we only then, no matter there is social media, there is WhatsApp, there is YouTube, whatever it is, we will use everything in a time, just because now we don't have a time to waste. We can't afford to waste our time. So I think we start to working in what we love actually, what we are passionate about, that and that is how everything will be in front of us, but still we will use in a better way. I mean, how much it is important and how much not. Okay. And yeah, now just we have few
Less
seconds,
than, yes.
and yeah,
Yes, yes.
and from tomorrow I think Sandy will also, you have to speak a lot, bro. You don't need to, you know,
I
quiet
think
or
Sandy is getting
silent.
problem. Sandy is getting
Oh,
problem.
But I
No,
think
he
Yeah,
today's
don't.
session is the best session
He's not
from all
getting
the
yeah,
problem.
absolutely,
previous
absolutely.
session.
It's a
I
great,
really
Yeah,
enjoyed
great
today's
session.